Hey designers, we are going to work on this contact form. First, what I did was create a wireframe. Now I sketched this out. So here it is. I wonder if you can see it okay. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Oh, there we go. So I sketched it out and I mean, it is like super janky, right? And that's fine. Um, it's fine to be janky. Because it's just a sketch, right? And so first I talked about, okay, well, info I want from my visitors. I knew that my form is going to be this, thin sort of rectangle that, I can't possibly create straight. So, but what do I want? I want their contact info. I want to know their location. I'm interested in that. And then I want to know how we can work together. And if they want to, and then could you have some feedback on my portfolio if you don't want to work with me? So I'm going to go through and I have, what I kind of want things to look like. We got these display block here. We've got drop down. We've got text areas. We've got a couple text areas and I ran out of space. So my submit button with my thank you message page is going to be down there. So what we can do to take it to like, the next level is like, thank you for submitting your, how we have to put a link to where the page is going where the submission is going. We could have a page pop up that has a thank you message or something else. So let's get into the Repl. So I have already forked my Repl, and it is here. I named it Alex Home and Form page because every time I create a new page, I'm going to fork it again. And then I wanted to talk about how this is interesting. So we're working with form.html, right? And we have this web view. If for some reason yours isn't, let's see. I don't want to close it. I want to go. Let's see. I want to go put it away. Not that. My bad. Why is it telling me that? I don't know. Okay, keep open. Oh, there we go. So if I unhook it and drag it over here, aha, now it's side by side. There we go. I do have my browser zoomed in, so the font size over here is not actually correct. Okay, but all right. My point was going to be that even though I click form.html, it doesn't show it over here. I actually have to press contact. And then, so every time I press contact, every time I refresh, it's going to take me back to my homepage. And then I have to press contact again, which is fine. It's just kind of annoying. The other way we could do it is have a split screen and you could have the form page open and just refresh it every time. It's one less click, but it's split screen. So up to you. Now, fortunately, the form is going to stay here though. All right. So I have not done anything else to my homepage. That's up to you guys. One thing I am going to get rid of though, because I don't want that border, is I'm going to get rid of the border. That was temporary, right? I have it in my style sheet. This is temporary. So I'm going to get rid of it now. I'm going to refresh and boom, it's gone. Okay. And then the contact form, it's gone as well. So right now what's happening here, we've got in the form, we've got the head. Okay. It has all the good stuff. It's linked. We have, I can close this, get it out of the way. We have the body, perfect. We have the header. We're not changing the header. Okay, now, by now, maybe you have styled your header to look better than mine, or not. And then we have the navigation. We're not changing that. So nothing changes, okay, up here. We're not changing that. This is a template. And nothing changes down here either. This is a template. Except for when it does change. And you're going to change it via styles.css and you're going to change all of it, right, at one time. And that's why we have this external style sheet linked to all of the pages. All right, so getting to what we're actually doing, we already have an ID main form for our main, which is smart, right? We have it set up. We don't have it listed in here yet. That's fine, but it doesn't matter because for us, we're just saying, hey, it's the main form. Even if we don't use the ID in the CSS, it's still a good idea to give it an ID because in case we ever use JavaScript or something, we just have a way to kind of identify it. Now we always start with, all right, so we always start with the title. Okay, we have the title of the page, but we don't have the title of our content. So I'm gonna, oops, I'm not gonna put form. I'm gonna give an H2 element, right? And let's just do, okay, you put your own information here, not mine, or not Alex's. Okay, I'm going to do a paragraph, an intro paragraph. I'm going to copy and paste what I have on a different screen for making it easy. I'm going to refresh the page and click on contact again. There we go. Okay, so it's going to drive me crazy. Oh, forgot the T there. It's going to drive me crazy that it looks like this, so I'm going to fix it right now. Okay. All right, so I'm going to fix it, and I am going to real quick do some CSS to make things look better for me. I'm going to do a background color. I'm going to have a background color of, okay, chose my background color like that. And let's see, okay, great. And I want the width 100%. Width 100% here. Okay, I'm trying to remember how to do this. Do you know what I can do? Is I can toggle the developer tools. Okay. The DOM, here we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, inspect selected, box sizing, border box, margin left, auto, margin right. Okay. All right, max width. Okay, I need to go up to above to HTML. And I need to inspect that selected element, height, padding left and right. Okay, so I need to make padding 0 for all of it in the HTML. Padding, this should not have a 10 pixel. This should be 0. Okay, refresh that. All right, and then trying to remember how to make it so that, let's see, header, let's see. Here's my border box. It's going to be way easier for me if I open this. All right. Okay. So I could just have it like this. And maybe I will for this purpose. I don't like it though. Let's see. Height 100%. Max width of the body. Oh, here's my problem, guys. I have a max width of the body. Watch. No. No. It has to be something with the body. Here it is, the padding. Padding of the body. Padding for the body should be 0. Okay. I shouldn't put a max width of 600 on the body, honestly. There we go. That's better. I should put margins because I don't like having, yeah, that's better for me. I don't like having, yeah, I don't, I, I want to have this entire space. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is my max width should actually be on my main. Okay, and because I don't want to affect the main that I already have, this is where I'm finally gonna put in my main form. And the reason why I called it main form is because I'm going to remember that each main projects, main services, whatever, however I name it, it's going to be easier to remember what it is. So I don't always have to go back to my HTML. So my main form now has a width of 100% and a max width of 600 pixels. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of this in my body. I shouldn't have it in my body. In fact, that means I have to put it in the index.html as well. I had my main home. So actually, probably most of my mains are going to be that, but just in case. Okay, I want both. So I'm going to put that here. I'm going to do hashtag main home as well, just in case. I'm going to have both. Refresh. Okay. All right, so now it's off-centered because my margin auto, these guys were body. I need these now in here. I need those in there as well. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So I'm good with this. I'm good with this. It has a small margin. I don't love the header being there. And do I have my header inside my... Nope. Okay. All right. So I don't have my header inside there. But the header is picking up. What is it picking up? The header is picking up, let's see. Let's take a look. Okay. What is the header picking up? You have to do something fun to make it so that it actually takes up the whole screen. No padding. Ah, I hate this. I'm in my stinky... My browser won't let me inspect. I have to go to my developer. Okay, here it is. Bring this over. You know what? Because of that, I am going to do an unhook thing. All right. I'm going to go side by side. Okay, I'm going to go side by side. All right. I'm going to close this part. Close sidebar up here. And I don't really care about that right now. There we go. Boom. Okay. This is better for me. This works. All I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh it and it's going to show up. So watch. Because this is a live thing. Okay. The web preview is live. And it had its very own URL. That was what I did. I just took the URL that was in the web view and put it in. See here? This URL. I put it into another window and boom, there it is. Okay, this one I need to probably zoom in a tad. Just so we can see what you can see a little better. So now I'm going to inspect this guy. And I'm going to say, hey, okay, what is happening here? Is there any margins? No. Okay. Well, what about here? Where's the margins? Oh, there's a margin of 8 in my body. I don't want that. So let's go back here. Body, let's do margin 0. And that's actually kind of zeroing out everything. This is a great practice. There we go. Okay, so now since we have the body of margin 0, now we could start figuring out inside what's inside the body is going to have margins. So we have the header, footer, fig caption. They all have special alignment properties. They're going to have the background color a certain way. Cool. Okay, so we have the navigation. Navigation should be a part of that, so I'll probably put that the navigation also. What happens if I put the navigation here? Let's see. Did it make it okay? All right. Oh, interesting. Didn't do anything. Okay, there it is. And then if I say, so here I want the navigation, top of the navigation. All this main stuff should actually be after. Okay, there we go. And then my navigation, I want it to be 1. Okay, so a couple things we could do here. Now, you'll notice, right? You're like, well, wait, like if I don't have, it's like the wrong color, or like it has this weird white space in it. And that's part of those elements giving like default margins and things like that. And if I go down here and I inspect it, let's see, I'll go find it. So if I go find it, the margin's not there. The margin's in the header. Let's see, it's in the elements inside. Yeah, there's margins, and then it's in the paragraph. And if you look down here, you could see the paragraph. If I got rid of this, okay, then, and I got rid of this, let's see, does it work? Margin, nope, because it's still got this. It's still got the navigation has a margin. Let's see, still got this white space. So let's see what happens if I put just the navigation. No, not the navigation, the paragraph, because the paragraph has to, the whole header itself, header, okay, header needs to have margin 0. Does it do anything? Okay, nothing. Okay, cool. And then, oh, you guys, oh gosh, if I just take the background color, put it in the header, wow, I amaze myself sometimes. The whole header, okay, that works, but my navigation is separate. I don't want my navigation to have a space in between. Okay, let me go back here. So what is the space that I have? You know, like what's creating the space? Because it's undefined here. You know, it's undefined. So let's see. If I have it undefined, yeah, okay. Let's try the navigation 0 margin, header and nav. Refresh that. Okay, padding 0 too. Oh, guys, I just figured it out. This is good. Okay, so I figured it out. It's actually this list element down here. It has a margin. Okay, top and bottom is 0. Oh, wait. On the left and right. Well, that should be okay. Okay, and UL. Let's see, nav UL. Does this have a border box? Uh-oh. I accidentally, oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, here it is. Found it. Okay. So I had to go within each nested element to find it. I was just worrying about these ones. I didn't go down to the unlisted or unordered list that was inside. And that is where I'm finding the problem. So I actually, you know what I can do is just say, okay, nav UL, you're also going to have this background color. I think that might do it. Let's see. Why not? No? Okay, well, what if I get rid of, okay, hold on. It's the margin. So let's do, not padding. Let's do, oh, because the padding will help the color. Okay, so let's do, it's 0 and 16. Okay, and then margin is 0. Let's see. Wow, that didn't do what I wanted. Sure didn't. Okay, I didn't do what I wanted. Lame. It made it. Okay, that's better. I had to have 16 pixels, not just 16. So now I have the padding. It should. Oh, but I need the top and bottom too. Now it's like, okay. See, it's still not showing me this margin. You know what? It's gonna have something to do with. It's gonna be. Okay. Okay. So, this is so annoying. It has to be right here. Header. Wait, okay. Oh, now it's a paragraph. Oh my gosh. Okay. The paragraph has to have, so the paragraph inside the header. I thought I did that already. How annoying. Okay, so the header, the nav, this header, nav, and the header, the nav, and the header paragraph. Okay, so the header paragraph, the paragraph contained in the header, that's a descendant selector. Oh, boom, padding 0. Okay, margin 0. But we don't actually want the padding to be 0. Now, okay, so now we want the header P, okay, to have a bottom padding. So do this, descendant selector. I want a bottom, padding bottom, sorry. Padding, what? Padding bottom of 6 pixels, sure. Pixels. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, cool. All right. And then I also need padding top for, I need padding top for the, I just need padding on the header. Okay, padding 16 pixels. Let's see. Let's see if it's bad. It didn't really do it. So it didn't really give me what I wanted. Let's see. Gave this, that was fine. That's fine. Okay, but okay, interesting. I need a padding bottom on my navigation. Okay, so let's see. I need my navigation, so I could give a navigation padding now. Padding on my navigation. Like, what if I gave it 16 pixels to everything here? What would that do? Wow, makes it so big. Just checking. Just checking. Okay. I'm just gonna do, well, no. What if I just get rid of it? What happens? Oh, what is that? It has this like super huge. Oh, I see. Because this was, okay, so I have the header, the footer, the entire padding of it all is 16 pixels. And then I go down here and I'm like, well, I also want this header descendant selector padding bottom. That's too much now. Poof. All right. Guys, CSS is tricky. You just, oh my gosh, it could take you so much time to get exactly what you want, and that's okay. It's header, then the navigation, so I should get rid of the padding on either the header or the, okay. So top and bottom, I want top and bottom, not left and right. I want, I can do a header, nav, header, v. Okay, so I could do a padding on the nav, and then it doesn't matter if it conflicts. This is so cool about CSS, whatever I put down next. So now I'm going to do padding. I'm going to clarify, like, yeah, I want the padding to be default, but now I'm thinking, okay, I want the padding top to be 0. Okay, and that's going to fix it. There we go. So for now, that fixes it. Okay, I could mess with this until that's better for me. What I next thing I hate. Okay. Let's see. And the HTML, I want all sans serif. That's me. If you guys really like serif, I'm not gonna. It's fine. Helvetica. What is it? No, where's my gills? I really like gills sans right now. There it is. And they have it all for me. I just I'll let them do it. I'm like, that's cool. Do it. Ah, yes. Cool. I would actually change this. I want this way up there. I need to get rid of, I'm going to check this out. I need to get rid of the padding on the margin bottom of H1. Okay, so it's like around here. So my H1 tag element, sorry. My H1 element needs a margin bottom of 0 for now. Okay, refresh this. Yeah. I love it. Okay, cool. So if I were like, if this was my serious design, I actually would find out, I would change this. I like this warm beige color instead of this gray. I could go in here and I could try to, like, I would probably take it to a warmer level, right? And I can start messing with that. And if I see, no, it's not it, try to find like this beige gray that's going on here. Okay. Like that. It's like slightly warmer instead of cooler. Let's see what happens. Okay, I like that. I like that. Yes. Do I need this anymore? No. This shows me. It's like, do I need that? No. I figured it out. I don't need that anymore. Cleaning up. Cool. Do I like that? Maybe. It's more pinkish, huh? Okay, so you guys could do this again until you're blue in the face. Okay, let's see. It doesn't seem like it's doing it anymore. So it's like, no, no. It's got like this pink. I don't know. How about this? You like that? Oh wow. See, it got like super pink. Cool. Anyways, I will stop. I promise. Okay. I promise. No, I'm like, I promise. I'll stop. I have to cut this out of the video because this is me going nuts. All right, so here we go. I have this like user-friendly web experiences. I would definitely be finding out what color this is. It's like this warm beige. You can actually get a color picker as one of your browser extensions. Or like this image, guys. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. If I wanted to take this image, and I might actually, like, for my palette from image, and I would probably have to download it here, files. This is why it's good to have your own file downloaded, because my computer pooped out on me. Here it is, Canva. Canva, if I go in and I upload an image, this is so cool. I have way too many things in my downloads. I haven't set up my new computer. Open. Ooh, look at that. Cool. So you can like, you know, you could do that. Oh my gosh. It's way better. Oh, what's that one? Coolors. Oh, Coolors. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Palette generator. I love this thing, except I don't care. Let's go. Oh, whatever. Next. This is so cool, you guys. Coolors is my friend. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go to Tools, Image Picker. Okay, I'm going to Browse. Yeah, Upload. Downloads. This one. Go ahead, open it. Yes. Okay. And then what I can do, oh, see, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, and I could say, I don't really want that color. Ooh, I like this blue. That's nice. I'm not loving this brown here. I can find something else I like. I like that. Or I can be like, oh, you know what? I really like this green. You know, I love this. Okay, so cool. I'm down with this right now. I'm going to export the palette. I'm going to open it. I'm going to save it. I'm going to say Alex palette. Okay, save it. I should have done this before, you guys. I'm so sorry. Tools, go to my profile, my dashboard, and then Alex palettes. I love it. Okay, these are my other, these are like this is my palette. I love that educator and such. I wonder what you guys like. Anyways, yeah, so all of that was in order for me to go back to styles. Okay, go back to styles, and so that I can feel a little better. That's the color that I want here. Okay, there we go. And then let's see what happens. Yeah, it's the color that I want. And I'm going to use that throughout my whole site. Okay, I like it. I like it. I would probably use a gradient. And what's cool about Coolors is I can actually create gradients. Here it is. So I don't have a gradient yet. Well, I want one, you know. So then I think, what can I do? I could do this. I can go view variations. Oh, where is it? Put in the generator. Tools. Where is it? There it is. Make a gradient palette. And then I can like put this color in there. And then I could put this color in there. And there we go. And it shows you like a palette. So cool. Less and random. Oh, nope. Sorry. Go back. Start with this color. Shoot. I just lost it. It's horrible. Okay, this one. And so then it makes a gradient for you. Okay. And let's see. I could change the rotation. 180. I like that. Copy CSS. How cool is that? Copy it. Boom. Watch this. Background. Okay. If I put all of this in, let's see what happens. Holy moly. Let's see what happens. Wow. Isn't that cool? Okay. That's neat. If you don't like the fact that it has that green, I would like the green. You know, if I don't like the green, then I can go back. I can change it again. Like, what if I just did this? This is this is one of those cool things you can do. Like, very subtle. See how subtle that is? Okay. And then make the gradient. Cool. And I would want it, not 180, obviously, that was wrong. 45, that's cool. Position, copy CSS. Copy. And then I would just find where it's like, what? No. It's interesting because you're like, whoa, look at all this CSS just for like a cool gradient, right? Just for a cool gradient. This is because there's just a lot of stuff to colors. And it's changing, it's working with different browsers. Different browsers like Mozilla Linear Gradient, WebKit, it's just Microsoft. So there's these different things that you need in order to make it so that every browser will have your gradient show up correctly. And it does work for you. It's so nice. Let's see. Yeah. And it's just, you notice how it kind of looks almost identical to the background now? It's like that's the gradient that they used. Okay. And I would do this, I would replicate this in my footer. Where is my whole footer anyways? Let's see. Yeah, let's just put it in the footer. Let's just put footer in here. Let's do it. If I put footer, what happens? Oh, yeah. Lovely. Cool. Okay. That's nice. Now I'm basing, right? I'm basing my design off of the main picture that's in my website. Maybe you guys did something a little different. That's fine. I still need to probably get a different picture that, or like crop this one a little bit. But meh, I like it for now. I could also just make it smaller, because really I would like it to be like that. I did mess up the margins here. So guys, if this is bothering you, look at this. Let's see. Where's the thing where you can format? Here is a format button. Just format it. Oh, look at that. So much better. I love that they do this. I forget to put selectors on individual lines, but I really appreciate when they do this. Okay, we have all these background. I am going to close this up. Okay, I don't care about it right now. These are good. These are good. These are good. Okay. And everything's good. So really, guys, like if I say, this is the end. Okay. I'm gonna put a bunch of stars and template header section. So really that's what this is. The heading, yeah, header section, the whole header, header and footer. Okay, so and this is the start of it up here. So we have the start of it, and this is start. All right, cool. Okay, so now we can move on. And this figure is for the, just technically for the picture. Okay, let's see. So this is the main for main home. Okay, so right now, that's all we have right now. All right, so I need to fix this a little bit. Okay, I need to fix this, and the fixing is of the, let's see, let's make it big. There we go. So it's the fact that when I go to this level screen, it has no padding. So I need a bit of padding or margin. I think with this it's margin. So we're down now. We're past the header, past the nav, we're into main. And inside our main, we're actually in our H2. But it's the whole main home, right? So right now we have margin left auto, margin right auto. So yeah, let's give padding. So now let's do padding. And we'll do padding of, why did I do that? Sorry. Okay. So we'll do padding of top and bottom is 0. And then for now, and then padding is like 2 rem, which is 2 times the original font size. So let's see what that looks like. Cool. All right, that looks good to me. Okay. All right. I'm done. I'm done with that. Okay, so that's a lot of styling. I just needed to do that for my own. Yeah, see how it looks nice here. We're good. Some of the other things, let's see. Some of the other things we'll just have to talk about later. Okay, moving on. So finally, now that I have gone on and on and on, and I'm more comfortable with the font family and spacing and just overall design, I'm in my main. Okay, so I've just completed the title, the paragraph, and now I need a form. So I'm doing the form before the closing main. I like to give myself some space just to, notice I've closed things up as much as I can. Do some space, right? So now I'm going to have a form. And I start typing form, and immediately it says, well, what's the action of the form? Well, the action of this form is to go to a certain page. So the action is response.html, which I do not have yet. Okay. Response.html. It's that doesn't exist over here yet, but I certainly can make it. Okay. So what I can do, and I would do it like right here, right? I can replicate this, duplicate my form.html, and I'm going to create it into response.html. This is optional, but I'm going to do it. Okay. And then I'm going to give it an ID, because what if I have another form? I probably won't, but oops. Okay. ID equals quote unquote. I probably won't, but just in case. Contact form. Okay. That's kind of like when we did main form. Now this is contact form. Okay. And then I'm going to open it up. Boom, boom, boom. Now I can get rid of some of this space. All right. So inside my form, let's see. I have to have my method as well. All right. So let's do our method, which is post. So we're posting it. Notice there's different things. Okay, so use when the form is inside a dialog to close the dialog. Interesting. So that's like a new, that's like maybe a pop-up. Get is to get something from the form, and post is what we're doing. We're posting to our database. Okay, posting to the database. So like we're going to take the information, post it somewhere. And then now I can move on to my next. Instead of hitting enter, I'm using my arrow key just so I don't add more space than is needed. Okay, go. And next, we're going to create the field set. And now I want to have a field set. I'm going to have 2 separate field sets, or 3. Yeah. The first one is going to be the contact information. I want this like super user friendly, so I'm going to just overemphasize the amount of things that I have. So let's see. So we have field set. All right, field set. And then within the field set, so I hit a new line. Now I'm going to do a legend. Always have a legend for a field set. And then the legend is my contact information. Let's see what's happening here. Refresh. There we go. Okay, so that's it for now. And then next, I'm gonna go new line. It's still within. We're nesting everything within our field set. Now we start with labels, right? So we're doing name, right? Let's see. So we have it over here. Name, and it's required. So we're gonna have name. Label, it starts with this for name, and then we put name, and then I am going to make a class, okay? Or technically name. All right, and then it's going to be different. Name with a star means required, but I really wanted to emphasize that it's required. And now we think that everybody knows because it has an asterisk that it's required. That's not necessarily true. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a break. Okay, and I'm going to put in parentheses required. Okay, and then because I know that I'm probably going to change this compared to the actual label, I'm going to put a span around it, a span element, which just means that, hey, within an inline, within an inline, I'm going to take this end of this span element, cut it, put it over here. Within this element, I'm going to have, notice here, see how it says required? Within this element, I'm going to have something that changes, but I need to make sure that it changes. So I'm going to put it like I just don't want to call every single span I have. Span is like a generic element just to style a certain part of something. It's used for these inline elements because you don't have a way to just like choose a word inside. So you wrap it in a span so that you can change it. And I'm going to give it a class of require. Okay, because there's going to be other required elements. Okay, and now I have to make the input box because right now all I have is the label. So I have the span, label, okay, close that. Next line, I'm not going to keep going on one line because now I have a new element and it's input. And now I have to type text, yes. Let's see, ID, I also have to have the ID, okay. ID equals name. It's so weird. Okay, so you have ID equals name, and then you have let's see, name equals, if I press name tab, then it fills in the equals and the quotes for me. Name. It's funny, right? And then required at the end. Okay, that's it. All right, so this required at the end makes it so that it will not be submitted until you put required. Okay, so we're ending our field set. Perfect. Contact information. Wonderful. Okay. Now, do I want to name this? Sure. Do you know why? Info. Okay. Why? Because I want to close it. Look at that. I want to close it. I'm done with it. Move on. Okay. I don't want it cluttering my screen because I already have so much. Okay. So now I have this field set, ID, contact info. Do I have to style something just because it has an ID? No. If it has a class, I better damn well style it. Okay. Sorry. I don't need to curse, but I better style it. Let me open this again. Silly me. Okay. Let's take legend label. All right. And put, all I've done is the name. I'm like, I'm done. No, I'm not done. Okay. Notice that input, it's not required to close it. It's a self-enclosing element. Okay. It's one of those special ones. Label does. Okay. Label does. And normally we put a colon there. Okay. All right. Oh, there it is. Now the box is there. That's great. Okay, so I'm going to take all of this. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. And then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to change it to email. Required input type email. Email. ID, email. Name, email. Go figure. All right. So it's going to validate it as an email. Okay. Phone number. Okay. That's it. Right? Let's check it. Sweet. Okay. These are inline blocks. So they're just going to keep wrapping until we tell it not to wrap. Don't worry. We'll figure that out when we start styling stuff. If it drives you crazy and you want to style it first, that's fine. I'm just going to keep going so I don't forget what I'm doing. I'm going to do my structure first. Build the structure first. Okay, next is my phone number. So, oh gosh, you guys. Oh, it's not for, it's for phone. Okay, and I made a mistake here. Made a mistake. I didn't change this to email. It needs to be changed for email, which is the same as the ID or the name, right? For email. This will be for phone, and I'll have phone in the input, phone number, yes. Okay. Now, input type here is telephone. Okay, and then the ID should be phone, and the name is phone. We always put the ID and the name. The ID is totally required. The name is sort of required. It's not required, but the name helps you if you're working with the database. And then I have to get rid of the required. It's not required. This is optional. And then here, I have to put my pattern. So this is where it gets a little tricky. Okay. So my pattern is 0 to 9. Okay. So this is tricky. Okay. I'm going pattern, and then 0 to 9. So those are the only numbers I can have. And I need 10 digits. Okay. Placeholder. And then I'm showing it. Okay, well, this is what it should look like, guys. Placeholder 1. And then, 555, 555, 6565, something like that, right? So it's all just like one list. We're doing it like that just because we want to see what it's like to have validation. Here it is. Okay, and that's the placeholder. And we can put, yeah, that's good. Okay, the next one, the final one. I already have something on my clipboard, so I'm just going to paste it. It's from the name again. This is location. Location is just text. Okay. For, make sure I'm at the right place. Yes. For location. It's not required. Oh, I forgot to do got rid of my required thing up here. Okay, that's okay. Oftentimes, you know what? You'll do this, guys. You'll do this. It's not required, so you got to get rid of it here. Get rid of this break. I was making it so it was on a new line. Why was I so, why do I want to make sure that I have required spelled out? Because this is about accessibility and users that may or may not understand that an asterisk is required. And we just want to help them. We want to help people have the easiest time ever interacting with our website. Even those super snippety people, they might be like, I mean, I know that it's required. I don't know who those people are, but okay. Moving on. Type text, location. I am going to do a placeholder here as well. Okay, like AZ. Okay, or USAZ, something like that. Okay, there's my, see what it looks like. Ah, there we go. So that's for example. Okay, placeholder. Since this is like a totally independent section, let's deal with it. What do we like? What do we not like about this, right? Do we like that there's lines in the field set? I do. However, I don't like that the name and the email, they're not fitting. What happens when I do responsive design? Let's see. Oh, well, that actually looks a little better. What if I had, if I had everything in a block So it's called block display. Let's, now I'm using this. I don't necessarily expect you guys to use this yet, but I use it all the time. And so I want to show you how I use it. I'm going to go inside my main, go to my form, inside my form to my field set. This is what I want to be looking at. So I've definitely got some padding. I'm going to open this up again. I've got this legend. Okay, cool. I've got a label for name. I want to talk about where you can see what the display is. It's down there, okay? Now there's a couple places. I have it in my layout, in my box model, and it tells me my box model properties. It's a border box. It's displayed inline, float, none, line height, normal, blah, 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 blah. Z-index auto. Z-index is like the third dimension. It's cool. All right. So like layering, if you guys know anything about Photoshop. Okay, moving on. So if I change my display, okay, so we go here and we see, okay, so this field set has a block. So field set's block, legend is block, label is inline. In many cases, I would want to keep my label displaying inline. I would like to have the input and the label together. However, from what I'm seeing here, it's not going to look right. I would actually prefer what freecodecamp.org suggests and have the input take up 100% of the screen. Now, it's going to kind of mess with the way I have the required laid out label. So I'll have to think about that. Let's go ahead and first just see what happens when and this is a trick, okay? Maybe I don't have to change my display. What if I just made my input boxes inside here? What if I just made them 100%? Okay, now notice how I said my input boxes inside here. And if I will take a look at my input boxes, well, I can go over here. Let's see. So I have these inputs. Okay. All right, here they are. Now, okay, 1 second. My labels go before my input boxes. So what if I made my input boxes 100%? Let's see. Now, do I want all input boxes in everything forever to be 100%? Maybe not. So how about I use an element selector or a descendant selector to figure out all of the input in what? This form. Okay, so this is actually, I don't like this, the way this is formatted. Let's see. What if I press this format button? Oh, that's so much better. I was messing up on my indentations. That's better. It's easier to see now. Okay, so here's my field set. Okay, here it is. Legend, label, boom, input. Okay, so what if I made the inputs 100%? It's kind of like what I would do is like I'd pretend like the inputs were blocked if I made them 100%. So I'm sorry. My point was to take these inputs that are inside the form. Okay, so I'm not even styling the form, not this form. I'm so sorry. This field set. So I'm not even styling the field set itself yet. I'm styling what's inside the field set. So I'm going to take the descendant selector of the field set with the ID of contact info. So I'm just going to copy this so I don't mess it up. Put it over here. But since this is an ID in my styles, it has to be hashtag. Hashtag contact info is an ID selector, and it's not just the field set, which is that. It's the input. Sorry, input. So I'm saying, okay, all of the inputs inside the contact info are going to have a width of 100%. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. Boom, instantly better. But now my required is like messed up. I'm not loving it anymore. I think I want to put the required up here. So I had that break. I don't know. Guys, I like to show you what not to do sometimes and how to fix it. If you're like, I don't like that anymore. Well, how do we fix it? It's this break that's messing it up. Okay, because if I get rid of this break and refresh again, there we go. Because this input is in line and I don't have a break, it's just right next to it. And that works for me. Okay, so what if I had like a ton of these and breaks everywhere? I would want to use a replace, find and replace. And all text editors have this. And this IDE also has it, thankfully. I'm going to Command F, and here I already have break selected. And then here's this little drop down arrow. This is the exact same way that VS Code does it, which I love. I don't even have to put in a replacement. I'm just saying, yeah, I don't want it there anymore. So it's like I'm replacing it with nothing, which is exactly what I wanted. So now I refresh it and boom, there it is. I'm all replaced. So that's okay for now. I know that I'm going to want padding though between like input labels and inputs and labels. So I'm going to close this guy, and I know that all of my inputs and labels are going to need some padding. So I'm going to put all of my input and labels. Let's see. And I could choose which one I want to give the padding to. I'll just choose the label for now, and I'll give it a bottom padding bottom of 16 pixels, sure. And refresh that, see what it looks like. What? Why didn't it do anything? Label, display inline. 16. Okay, hold on a second. Inline block. Oh, shoot. So now these inputs are input inline block. I want them to be block because it's not going to let me. It's all on one line, so it's not going to let me do the right. Oh, jeez. Okay, so let's see. Contact info input. All the inputs. I also want display block. Okay, let's see. Okay, what does that do? Why does it not like, where is it like, it's not picking up. What if it's label too? Input and label. Wait. Now it works. Oh, you know what it is, guys? No. Bottom padding. It has to be margin bottom. Because it's a inline. Margin bottom. No. The heck? Display block. Interesting. Now the block is 100%. Label, margin bottom. It's giving it a 16. Weird. Okay, there. It's not 16 margin all around. It's just 16 margin. But it's still not, it's not giving. That's so weird. So what if we put the label, what if we did margin top for, sometimes I don't, honestly, sometimes I don't know why things aren't going to work. I could ask ChatGPT actually. Okay. That's the fun part about using AI. AI will tell you because We don't learn everything, guys. Just a thing. 16 pixels. Technically, I want margin bottom. My bad. Okay, let's see. There we, oh my goodness. There we go. There we go. And then how about, like, I want a smaller margin on the top. Margin top. It's getting to the point where I may as well just use shorthand, but that's okay. Margin top, because I don't need margins on the left or right. Yeah, so I'm good. I don't want 60 pixels, like just 12 or 10. 10. I love, 10 pixels. I love 10 pixels. Oh, what? That's weird. There. Okay, there we go. Goodness, it just glitched for a second. There it is. So when we're doing this, apparently we have to sometimes refresh it more than once, so don't freak out. Refresh it more than once. This is already looking better. Okay, all of my inputs, I also want some padding. You can make them height, I believe. Okay, yeah, so let's go over here. Let's look at an input. And this will actually, you know what's crazy about doing the inputs? Normally, it'll tell you, yeah, here's like these are the defaults. There's a default padding. Okay, right here. All right, and that's inside. So let's see, is it height? 16? No, okay. So let's do padding inside. And just imagine what you want. Like, what if I do 10 pixels? Let's see what happens. And refresh. Okay, it makes it giant. But look at, that doesn't look bad when I start filling out information. Okay. Because this is oh, by the way, remember, this is on a huge screen. So, yeah, that looks better. Okay, good. I'm just zoomed in so that you guys can see better. All right, moving along. Already, I like this better. Okay, I still got to work with this field set at the bottom. I think it's the form itself needs to have a padding. Let's see, top, bottom. Let's do a padding bottom of 2 rem. Oops. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Okay, loving it, loving it, loving it. Looking good. Okay, so next, moving on. Go back to my form. Okay, now I'm done with this field set. Shut it down. Okay, cool. Next field set. Next field set is, would you like to work together? I'm going to start typing field set. Press. And technically, I'm inside a form. So I need to tab. Okay, which is inside main, right? Okay, which is inside a body. So that should be, I haven't been tabbing over, my bad. Okay, so my next field set is all about working together. So let's see, I'm going to call it ID of work together. Cool. All right, next field set. So within this field set, I have a couple things going on. First, I'm going to ask people, would you like to work together? And what services are you interested in? And you know what? I think I'm going to do what services are you interested in first, because I want checkboxes, and I want that legend itself to be a part of, I just want it first, okay? Because I want that, I want to know actually, like, what services are you interested in? And then after, do you want to work together? So, yeah, let's do that. So, changing it a little bit from the wireframe, and that's fine. So, legend. What services are you interested in? And actually, guys, I'm changing it kind of a lot because look down here. I said, what services are you interested in? Use a drop down. That didn't make sense. I'm flipping this. Would you like to work together is going to be in a drop down, and checkboxes, which remember, you can do multiple checkboxes, right? So, and then this down here should be radio buttons. So when you do multiple checkboxes, that's what it's going to be, services, because you could choose multiple services. What services are you interested in is the legend. Let's just see what that looks like here. Boom, there we go. And then now outside the legend, we're going to do labels. Now, the different thing about these labels is that the input boxes are going to be inside the labels because of the way that we want the label to be all about, like, each of these checkboxes. We're going to have like checkbox, then label. And so if we put the checkboxes inside, the labels are automatically going to be lined up together, and you don't have to actually have a for anymore because it's already declared inside. So you could as a best practice, but you don't have to. So for this one, I'm going to do an input type checkbox. Okay. And then name equals services. Now, the name of each of these input, these are going to be the same, services, because it's saying these are all a part of one field in a database. I need to show you what a database looks like so you can understand what I mean by that. And the value is equal to complete website. Okay. And then I'm going to have a label. But for now, let me just do all of these because it's kind of big. I'm going to put the text in here. So I'll just put text right now. Okay. So refresh, show you what happens. No, not this, cancel. Okay, this one. All right, so here's what it's going to be like. And it's going to have all of these, right? But let's go ahead. Now, these are, if you remember, these are inline. So they're going to wind up all like next to each other. So we'll have to fix that after. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. All right. So obviously they're all going to be different, but these checkbox services is going to stay the same. It's the value and the text that's going to change for each one. So now what I can do is to make this a little better looking, I would just put this on a new line. Okay. I can even put my labels on new lines. Let's see, that's better. Okay, my labels on new lines. Okay. This is how it should be. In fact, let me just let it format for me. Boom. Okay. No, it didn't format it the way I want it. Input. So we're going to have the text separate. We're going to go label, input. Sometimes having the label for this value, that's going to be helpful, just because it's easier to see when you're looking, but we don't have to do that, so we won't for now. I should have done this from the start. I didn't. Whatever. Oh, well. That's nice. Okay. This is nicely laid out, easy to read. 2 things we're going to change.
I didn't get that.
One.
Could you try again?
Oh, geez. My watch likes to talk to me randomly sometimes because the way I move my wrist. Let's see. So, complete website design. If I was smart, I'd have this on a Word document doing something. And copying and pasting from it so that it had spell check. I'm basically saying, I'm not that smart. That's fine. Sometimes, you know. Update of current website. I'm going to do, kind of alter these from the first one too, just because I changed it up a little. Okay, complete website, mobile audit. I want to know, like, what does it look like on mobile? Maybe somebody wants me to do audit on mobile friendliness. How does it look? How do I, like, what does it look like? And it also shows like the services that are available. Since I'm not going to do a services page anymore, this is a good way of showing what services I have. And then if I have projects about these, that's awesome, right? So accessibility, I don't have to say audit, that's fine. That's probably the only place where I'm going to have that. Accessibility, user experience, and then this is user experience design review. Now I'm going to actually put that. Usually that's kind of, I mean, that's usually capitalized for like UDX, user design experience, whatever. User experience design, UXD. Okay, and then other. And then I'm going to put other. And then for the other, it's special because I want to do other describe below. So it's interesting. I'm actually going to have two inputs. Okay, so I'm going to say describe below, and I can do this. I'm allowed. It's fun. And then I'm having another input. And this type is text. Okay. And then this is going to have its own text name equals other services, other service. And that's it. So since it's in this label, I still don't have to say. So this name, again, will be, I keep saying database, but really, if you just imagine like a spreadsheet, right? Spreadsheet, database, value, and labels. Let's see. So like, let me show you. There, sure. So here's like a database. This is better. Okay, so here's like a database. Yeah. And then you've got like these names. Okay, these are all labels, and these are the names, and these are the values. And so when we're looking at this, the value will be accessibility if they choose this checkbox, and it's going to be in the box for names. So that's how that works. Anyways, moving on. Okay. So this is going to have an input. Let's see what we're doing here. Oh, okay. Yay. Now, there's a couple ways of doing this, right? Like we obviously don't want all of these separate. So what if I put labels? What would I have to do if I wanted each one on each line? Change the display property of the labels. Well, okay, what's a good way of doing that? Well, the labels inside the ID work together. How about I want those blocks? Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I can make that work. So hashtag work together. Together. And I want the labels. I need it to be an element selector. It's very tempting to put labels instead of label, but make sure that this matches what the element selector is. And then display block. Okay, let's see what happens. Saved. Saving. I want to wait till it's saved because otherwise I might get frustrated. I finally figured that one out. There we go. Do we like it? Oh, yes. But this isn't describe below. Please describe. I should say like, please describe, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Oh gosh. Input. I've been, when you're, just starts going really long. I thought I put something with input. Okay. Yeah. So I might want to do work together, input. And then, ooh, no. Hold on, ID of input. So like the work together, let me go back here. So I want this, first of all, I don't want to describe below, unless I do. Like if I do a text area, what if I do text area? Let's see, text area, name is other services, ID, other services, columns, 30 rows, 30, see what happens. Oy vey, what happened? Weird. It screwed up everything. Wait, why did this happen? What did I do wrong? All right, hold on. Oh, geez, I accidentally, whew. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, fix that, get rid of that. Screwed that one up. Refresh, I was waiting for it. Okay, that's better. And then I would probably want to mess with this. I want it more columns, less rows. Ideally, it would just take up the screen. It would just take up the length. So, but I don't know. Let's see. Like if I put 100, you know what happens if 100 and I only put like 5 rows. See what happens. Saving, wait for it. It winds up giving, oh geez, yeah. Winds up making it way too. Okay, so this was 30, so let's do like 50. Goodness. Do I have to? So I don't have to have, this is the default is columns 50, but if I put width equals 100%, let's see, it should work. Let me see. I might have to do it inside my CSS, but I'll give it a shot here. Yeah, it's not going to work. Okay, so it doesn't do anything. It just defaults. Let's see. So I like the rows 5. What I would have to do is put textarea. Okay, element selector, width. Can't do it like that. There's no quotation marks unless there is. Silly thing. Let's see what happens if I do width 100%. I'm hoping it takes up 100% of what it's in, which is a field set. Yes, that's better. Okay, good. Okay, perfect. All right, other, describe below. That looks good. It makes sense. It's something that people do. Okay, so, and you could do a little bit of padding in here of 10 pixels, right? My little 10 pixel padding. Good. Okay, perfect. And then we've got the labels. Looks wonderful. The legend here, I want to give some space. Legend here too. So I could definitely change the legends if I wanted. I'm not going to do that right this second. I also could change the field sets. I do. I need to have spacing. This is a user experience thing. Having this non-spacing, it just isn't right. So real quick, let's see, contact info. So input. Okay. So oh look. Okay. So we have a whole. Oh, this whole area. This whole area is the form, right? Form styles. Okay. And so let's do contact form. Contact form styles. And then all right, field set. And I want field set to have a margin top. No, margin bottom. And I want it to rem. There we go. Perfect. Good, good. Wonderful. Okay. And then I want the legend. I think I kind of want the legend to be like bigger. So font size and then larger. What does that do? Let's see. Good. Okay. And then I also want it to have margin bottom, padding bottom. Margin bottom, padding bottom. Padding bottom. That's usually what I do to make spacing between lines. To rem. No, that's not it. Margin? Yeah, okay, great. But that's like too much. 1.25. Right. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Spacing is good. I know it's weird, but we might even want to put more spacing here, like a margin in the text area. Margin top. Spacing is good, you guys. Okay. Choosing what spacing. Some people get real particular about this. It doesn't matter that much. Sometimes I flip between pixels and rems, and you should probably stick with one thing. I'm not. So, okay, moving on. All right, so what services are you? Notice I'm not asking them if they want to work with me yet. Okay. Next, now I'm going to do that. I'm going to stay in this field set because it's so relevant. But I'm going to change it up with the labels so that it actually is just a drop down. Now I'm going to do, okay. The drop down, I don't say it's a drop down. It's called select. Okay. But I put it in a label. Okay. So this time lab is not a thing, sorry. Label, and then I say 4. I don't have to have a 4 because I'm going to put all my inputs, my options. These are options now. So first my select, okay. Name, ID name is work together. I can't have the ID the same because I already have a work together ID, and that's the field set. So I want to say, I'm going to call it name. I'm going to call it contact answer. Okay, contact answer. It'll be fine. Contact answer. Okay, that's what it's going to be called, the select. And then within those selects, I have options. So the select is basically saying it's a drop down. Now, I have options that have values. Value is yes. It's simple, yes or no. But then in my actual text area, I'm going to make it a little bit more descriptive. Okay, and the option. And then I'm going to have 3. So 1, 2. I'm going to have one more, guys. I'm going to have an empty one. This empty one is selected. Okay. it's selected and it's just like this one is, actually, I'm just going to make this selected, my bad. Okay, so if I say that it's selected, it's the thing that is already on its default, okay? I'm just going to have that. And then we have, no, we have a maybe. I'm going to put the maybe. Or no. No. Maybe. Okay. No, please do not contact me. No, put that at last. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. No. Please do not contact me. And then maybe contact me so we can chat. Okay, and then let's see what happens here. Oh, look at that. Cool. But where's the label? Oh, dang. I don't have a label. I gotta label it here. Silly me. Would you like to work together? Would you like to work together? Let's see. There we go. And then, wonderful. So this label, the select, I'll probably put a select, a padding on the select. Yes, contact me. And that's already checked, so if it's a default, of course. We always like to put the default as like what we really want. Okay, so I have a select now. Element selector, select. And I'm going to give it margin top to space it out a little bit. 10 pixels, sure. There we go. I'm going to give it a little bit of padding inside. Like Macs are nice. Like they automatically give a bit more padding. But I'm going to do even better. Well, I don't know, 10 pixels. Refresh. That's too much. Let's do like 5. Cool. Okay, 5 looks good. And then that's great. Okay. Yes, contact me. Maybe. No. Okay. Next. All right, we're good. This all looks great. Great, great, great. Next is I wanna know, like, what did you think about my profile? Right? So what did you think about my profile? So I'm still in my main, I'm still in my form. I have a new field set. I'm going to close this field set up because I'm done. There we go. Work together. Field set is done. Field set ID now. This ID is going to be portfolio feedback. Okay. And then this one is really just going to be like, it's going to have radio buttons. Okay. So I'm going to do a label. I want the label to be separate. Okay. Radio buttons. Okay. So in this field set with the portfolio feedback, oh yeah, I have to do legend first. Okay, legend first is, did you review my portfolio? Thank you for your interest in, oh geez. So instead of did you review Alex's portfolio, that makes more sense. And then it's a label. And this is interesting. So the names are going to be the same, but they're going to have 2 separate labels, just kind of like the checkboxes. And the types are going to be separate. Okay, so radio. So I'm going to do input type is radio. There we go. And then it's just, empty. So imagine the radio button, space. I'm going to put a space. I remember, oh yeah, I need to have yes. And then next one, super easy. Next, input type radio, no. No. Okay, so then we need a name because we need it to say yes or no. We need that to write to our database. Okay. Now, and we also have to have a value. So that's what these are. These are for, right? Name and value. Yes. We'll just do yes. And name and value. No. Name is going to be reviewed portfolio. Just imagine where it's going to be. Or no, portfolio feedback. Here we go. Portfolio feedback. Portfolio feedback. Portfolio feedback. I'm naming it the same as ID so that it just is like super obvious in my database. I'm going to refresh this. Did you review? Oh, look at how nice this is looking. I love it. Did you review Alex's portfolio? Yes or no? See, since we're kind of styling as we go, we get this like great feeling. I don't know. Okay, I get a great feeling if I style as I go rather than waiting to style it at the end. Because then it's kind of like a big chunk to chew. Whereas, oh man, that reminds me of Chunkachu, Pikachu. Okay, whatever. So it's kind of a big ask if I wait till the very end. So I like doing it as I go. Do I need to have these as block or anything? No. I mean, it's real simple. Yes or no. I could, if I wanted to, these type radios. This is where a really cool selector, let's just do it anyways. Okay. Real cool because we want to learn this selector. Input type. So if I go, I forget this thing all the time. Let's see. Using attribute selector or, okay, I forget. Let's see. Attribute selectors and the style is like input type radio. That's right. Input. And then I put brackets around it. Input type radio. Yeah. And then I open up my brackets, my curly braces. And then I say, well, I want margin right. I want some spacing there. And I'm going to do 2 rem. I want it bigger. I don't know. So for some reason, this added it between. Oh, this added it between. Did it? Hold on a second. Let me see. No. Okay. So I want it separate. I want it separated here. So it's the labels inside the portfolio feedback. And it's not only those labels. So you know what? I'm going to give it a class. Equals radio. Yeah, I'm going to give these a class. Class equals radio. Because it's the whole dang label, not the element selector. Because I don't even think it just did anything. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it didn't do anything. Okay, so instead I'm doing a class. So it's dot radio. And then now it's a label, right? Like it should be radio label so that I really understand what the heck is going on here. Go back in here. Yeah, radio dash label and then label radio dash label. Just make it obvious for ourselves and people that come after us. Radio label. And I want a margin, right, of 2 rem. Sometimes I put in a big value so that I can check and see if it actually works. Oh, that's weird. That doesn't even make sense. The heck? Oh, I accidentally reloaded the whole thing. Hold on a second here. Class, radio, type, radio label. Oh, shoot. Oh, see, okay. dang, that was crazy. Okay, I accidentally put it on the type and it just ruined everything. There we go. Oh, much better. Something else I could do is if I made these block, then I could make them so that they're like centered. You know, all sorts of fun stuff. All right, moving on. I might hate the periods. I don't care. I'm moving on. I'm trying. And then it's like, then I want feedback, right? So I'm going to say, I'm going to give a text area. Well, first, I want a label. Okay. I'm going to have a label, and it's for feedback. Okay. And this is going to be the same as the feedback, and the ID is also going to be feedback. Okay, I'm not going to have the columns in there. Rows sounds fine. Let's see, the feedback. What did you like about the, what did you like about the portfolio? What could be improved? Go, let's refresh and see what it looks like. Nice. Okay. So, why? I don't understand. Why is this on there with that? The heck? It's because these labels are not in block. Okay, so how about I do that? So how about I say, you know what? Everything inside, all labels inside the portfolio feedback. Or no, I don't want that. No. I want label for feedback. This one. Now I actually will use. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Okay. Here we go. Okay, let's see. All right. This one right here is going to be block. So I'm going to do the special label, or I'm sorry, the special attribute selector, and I'm going to say, so I say for what? Label. Okay. So in the selector, I say label, and then space. I put brackets, and I say for equals feedback. I put it in quotation marks, my bad. Okay, quotation marks. I knew there was something wrong. For feedback. No. Sorry, not quotation marks for both. Just like you would, like, okay, guys. Okay, so I have the label. The element selector is label. And then I'm saying this. And I put it in these brackets so that it knows that's what I'm selecting. Special CSS, sorry that it took forever for me to show you that. Display is block. Let's see. Ooh, it's because there's a space. Oh, yeah, it might have been. Okay. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's because there's a space. It's crazy, right? Okay. I'm going to put some padding. Padding top for this is going to be 2 rem. Nice. Okay. Oh, yeah. And because I had added the text area width up here, that's why it looks like this, and I love it. Okay, finally, the submit button. Okay, I'm done. Yay! Where's the submit button go? It goes in the very bottom after the final field set before the form. Okay, gotta have it before the form. All right. So finally, oh my gosh, we could have so much fun with This is an input again, and the type here is submit. Okay, and the value, guess what? Is the value in this is what we're calling it. Okay, so submit. Okay, so submit, and then that's it. So we can have so much fun with type submit. This is another way, instead of, it's not a button, but we can style it like a button sort of. Okay, so here it is, submit. So it shows up like a button, but it's ugly. It's ugly button. I'm going to use the attribute selector again. This time it's going to be input. Make sure I don't have a space. I learned that. And this is type. Oh, wow. Okay. Type. That's a special pseudo selector. Type. Submit. Yeah. Okay. So then this, I'm going to say, I think I can make it margin auto because it's block. I wasn't sure. Let me look. No, it's not block because it's inline. That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, so first I have to make this. It's an input, and just because it's a button input, it's still inline. So I have to change the display to block in order for it to use the margin auto. There we go. Okay, cool. And then now, oh, my responsive design kind of messed up on this. That's okay. I'm okay with that actually. Okay, for now. Okay, so what else do I want? I want this to take up more space. Well, I want some padding around the text. I want 10 pixels. We're going to start with that. Okay. Yep. Okay, cool. I want a width of 50%. It's going to change to the size. I like that. Oh, interesting. This work. Would you like to work together? Oh, this is messed up. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to leave it for now. Or wait, no, I'm not. Would you like to work together? This is a display. Select right here. Margin top, padding top. The select should be block. Display. Let me go back really quick and look at this. Close this portfolio feedback. Here. Here, the select, the label. Select. I think we just have to put a break in here. Let's see. And then, yeah, that's better. Okay. All right. And we can make this smaller if we wanted, but that's fine for now. Go back to styles. I'm looking at the submit button. What do I want? And what if I want the submit button to have the same background color? I can do that. Okay, so if I want to have, let's go back and find where my background color was. It's back up here. Let me all the way back up here. Oh gosh, this thing, right? This whole background. What would happen if I put this whole background? Okay, all of that. What if I put it in here? Okay, so this right here, guys, is why we have CSS variables, which is more advanced, and I'm not going to teach you, but you should definitely look into it. Oh, look at that. It's pretty, right? Okay, cool. So something I don't like is the border. I'm going to say border none. Perfect. Okay. But I do want a border radius. I want, actually, I want box shadow. Wait. Box shadow. Sorry. Box shadow. And I want to have it like 2 pixels. But this is the offset. So like 0, 0, 5 pixels, 10 pixels. A light color, so like F7, 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 maybe? Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, okay. So that looks okay. Let's make this. I feel like if you make it like, that didn't work. Let's see, 7 pixels? You can kind of see it. It's not as dark. You would actually want to make it darker. Sure, like that. Oh, let's see. Wow, that's too dark. Okay, so then if you can make it 12, let's see. And the higher here, this is a blur. So like, if I could do like, wow, it blurs a lot, right? And then I could do like 0 here and watch what happens. Interesting, huh? So it has no offset. It makes it just really weird. Like submit, you know. There's nothing there. Oh, look at that. Validation. Yay. You would want to do a hover here. This 50 is absurd, I recognize. That looks okay, you know, it's okay. You could always use the, you know, you could do so much, you guys. There's so much to do with all of this. You can blur that background. You could make a border radius. Even though it doesn't have a border, you can still do a border radius, which is kind of cool. So you do like 6 pixels, make it nice and rounded. Right. All right. So that is it for now. You want to test this, but this looks amazing. I hope you guys like it. And please just make this your own, right? Some of the things that we did, especially today, was we kind of, we did these field sets. Let's see. Well, first we created a header. We made it nicer. We gave it colors. We made it so that it matches the profile picture, you know. So everything's looking very clean and cohesive right now. Our contact form looks really nice. We don't have any borders. We haven't gotten rid of any of the field set. There's so much we could do here. We could kind of match this. I mean, I might think about having a shadow background like that. So we've done all sorts of things. We created a gradient. You can barely tell the gradient is here, but that's kind of the point. It makes it very subtle and lovely. I hope this has been a help. I know it is so long, and it might take you longer, but at least you have a little bit of help, I guess. All right, please make sure this is your own and not a complete copy of mine.